So apparently visitor reception is an actual thing. I don't remember that being a thing. It's been a while, you know, like I said, there's going to be things I miss, but visitor reception is apparently a thing. If we go to visit rooms, and it's right at the bottom, actually, in the whole list here, it says it's an area for visitors to check in and potentially get searched to make sure that they pose no danger to the prison via either contraband or health. So in the previous video, I walked through how, like, you know, visitors don't have anything on them and it spawns in this room and all that stuff. That's how it's always worked. Apparently, it has changed since the last time I played it. So, okay. There doesn't seem to be a size requirement for this room. It just has to be indoors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little area that I got here, and we're going to move this stuff. So I'm going to take the weather antenna, move it over here in this, and then I'm going to take this lightning rod, and I think I'm going to move it. Well, there's already one across the road, isn't there? Actually, it's kind of redundant, isn't it? I don't really need that. We're going to move this somewhere else. We'll go and protect all this gear, because I don't think I have... Oh, I have one here. Okay, so never mind. So this one's protecting that, and then... Man, I'm kind of set up for protecting a lot of stuff, aren't I? Let's go like right here with it. We'll protect a bunch of this equipment then. Yeah, right about here. So we'll just move this stuff around, right? Because the idea is, I want to. Oh, hang on, I need to. Yeah, let's just kind of do that too, huh? Let's get that set up, and then we can dismantle this and have this stuff for later. Oh, wait, am I gonna? Okay, hold on. It's deleting other stuff too. All right. You know what? Let's never mind on that. Let's just cancel all of that. All the stuff I just said. Yep. So we're going to take this fence gate and we're going to swap it out for a better door. But we're going to go in and make this a brick building as well. Okay. This is going to be indoors now, this little area. And we're going to turn this into visitor reception. And it's just going to be a guard, maybe two, I don't know. And we're just going to have the basics in here. And I think one of the things that it requires, if I remember reading this correctly, need to go back over here. It requires a metal detector. That is it. Which is good because we already have all the stuff running through here, right? So we'll have a metal detector here, I guess, as they come through the door. And they'll get checked really quick, and then they can come in here. And maybe that will help stuff to be better too. Wow, you guys just dismantled this in all the ways I didn't want you to. It's fine. We'll do a visitor door like so. And it doesn't really need to have... Yeah, it doesn't actually have to have the manual opening bit of that. The remote opening. It doesn't need this. So let's go into objects again. Metal detector. And put that right there. And then we'll just clean this up by having brick walls through this area now. And then the weather machine and the tower are both there, so we still have that. Yep, good to go. It might make more sense to have this over here, but I don't care. I don't want to get in the way of the main exports that we have because it's going so well. Okay, so this is going to be our new visitor reception room. And it just needs an office, desk, and a chair as well. So office desk. We'll put that maybe over like this side. That's fine. And a chair over here. The absolute basics. And then we'll spice it up with a little bit of carpet. We'll say some blue carpets in here too. You know, really make the people feel like they're welcome. All right. So there we go. We'll get all this stuff put in, and now we have a room for this. And then we'll make sure that we get some guards assigned in this room at all times as well. At least one, but probably should... I mean, if people are going to try to escape, this is the best time to do it. Oh, what's this? I've seen an icon there. Not sure what that was. They almost look like a cancel thing. Yeah, like these guys. So are they just not allowed in? Is that it? They've been denied? People said that would happen. They've been denied. So if they come through here and they're like, oh, I don't want to go through the metal detector, then they'll just leave? They won't come and visit? Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, so things are different. Hey, you know, like I said, it's I appreciate the help from some of you guys who've been playing Prison Architect clearly much more recently than I have been. That's cool. This thing, it says it's not surrounded by walls and doors. That is an outright lie. Oh, it is not an outright lie. There's a tunnel here still. Yeah, this whole thing is still not completely cleaned up yet either. That's wild. I mean, I am picking this up pretty much right where we left off, so just kind of get that done, please. And apparently these are just not done, and I don't understand that part. Solitary. Yeah, oh, okay. So it removed the room designation from that tile. Okay. All right, so we still have our outdoor solitary cells for now, but I think we're probably not going to have those for much longer. And yeah, I need to maybe have another route, I think. Let's go. I still have patrols going on in here, but I want to have like even more. I want to set up. There needs to be a guard right here all the time too. Yeah, I think somebody needs to be here too. Perhaps not in this specific. Yeah, like in this zone is what we have, is in schedule 4 only, and I want to have them in this one too. So 3 and 4, when they're coming in for meals, I want an extra guard there in that area. Just that natural choke point that happens there. Okay, so lots of visitors being turned away. I like that. That's cool. All right, I can dig that. Got the CCTV coverage as well, all the way across the other end of the room. I can see in here. I don't have any guards in here though. There's supposed to be one in there, but there is not. It doesn't seem to matter though. They still get denied even with no guard in there. So maybe it's okay. I kind of wanted one in there just in case prisoners try to escape, you know. All right, so with $100,000, we have legal now, and time to unlock this is 72 hours usually. Small cells is what I was looking for. It just says that it removes the minimum size requirement for standard cells, so I don't think that affects dorms for like bunking. I want them to be able to bunk up and stuff. I don't think it affects dormitories, but we could maybe just give smaller cells to maximum instead of having to bunk them up. We could have them be solo cells, but really small. That'd be one way to differentiate them. In the yard, I would like to have a sniper tower, which I don't have access to yet. Excuse me. Oh, it's a guard tower. I think it's called a guard tower. Guard tower. Right here, yep. Watch over your prison, snipers. That's what I'm looking for here. So I also kind of like the wooden one. This looks really cool, actually. So I'm thinking about putting it here instead, and then the snipers can simply get to the security room really quickly, but they need to be able to get to break rooms without taking their sniper rifles through super dangerous areas. I think this right here is going to be probably the best position I can put it, because they can come out of the tower and immediately go into the staff canteen area, get their break stuff in, get their bathroom stuff in, and then come right through. It minimizes their exposure to the rest of the population while also still giving them a vision of everything else. So I'm going to place the sniper tower here, and this is just to provide suppression in the yard. And we're going to see how this affects programs. Now, I have my program set up pretty far away from where they stay in their cells, and they shouldn't need to go through the yard. They should be staying inside and have a faster movement path too. So they shouldn't go through the yard to get to their classes. So I wouldn't think sniper suppression would happen in this area. What I'm mostly wanting is I want to make sure that nobody's kicking off in here. I want to make sure nobody's fighting in here is essentially it. So that guard tower, that single guard tower, is going to provide that for me. I think the other thing I might want to do is I might want to set up a guard tower over in the forestry, because I would like to have people working here, but it's a fairly quick jump to just hop the fence and get out of here with the trees and everything. And so I might want snipers over there. And then most people put sniper towers around their perimeters, but I don't see a reason to do that, because prisoners are not going to be wandering in here ever anyway. They're going to be trying to escape, and they will always, their tunnel is always going to surface right here. So I don't have any chance to shoot them with their tunnel, because the exterior fence is so close to the edge. So the trick there is, of course, just to make sure that we are sniffing out these tunnels, so they never get out in the first place. That's the hope anyway. So I think I'm going to maybe start with 2 snipers. They can have alternating schedules kind of thing. And we'll see how that goes. There we go. And then we'll have 2 snipers. They're 500 a day each. It's really expensive. But I'm going to put 2 snipers. 1, 2. And they will come over here and provide that suppression in this area. So over the whole yard. They're just going to watch over the whole yard, basically, and make sure nobody's kicking off and messing with each other. I'd like to make this yard better, is what I kind of want to look at focusing on today also. So I've got plenty of weight benches, but with this many prisoners, that's not plenty, right? So I'm going to flip it over and have them face each other there too. Then we're going to get, I think, maybe some outdoor tables for them to chill at. You can maybe go here and here with that. I'm going to go with floors, and I want to get something that allows normal movement speed and then slow in the center. Normal around the edge, slow in the center. I don't want fast. So like the running track seems good, but if I do that, it increases the yard's grade, and I don't want this yard to be graded super highly. I just want to have it, it's going to have basic grading basically. So room grading here is already 5 out of 10, and that's fine. I don't have a dumbbell rack in here. I don't have punching bags in here. I did give them the tire apparatus and the bleachers, and that's great. But I'm not going to give them the running track, and we are going to have some mud flooring in the center that should decrease the grade, I think, by 50%. I'm just not sure. I don't think it matters, but I'm not sure whether the mud flooring will impact, like, how, like, did they track the dirt into the prison? I don't think that's a thing in the game. But it may be. I don't know. So tire apparatus is going to go in the mud. All right, we're going to move that stuff in the mud. All right, so let's start with this. So we're going to start with mud, and it's going to decrease the yard's grade if it's over 50% of the yard, which it will be. So it'll be about here. I think we'll go... I might have to move those tables now. Yeah, I'm going to move those tables. We're going to put mud here, here. We're going to go out to about like this. So I think about 50%, like, you know, of this yard should be mud in the center. And then we'll have another surface around the outside. That'll have like a, not slow, but I want it to be like a normal speed. But look good. It, you know, looks like it's clearly the place they should be running, right? It's interesting that I can't... I would love to be able to filter from outdoor and indoor, but I guess I just have to like hover and find out which one I want here. These are all indoor only. Stone is outdoor. Stone would work. It's a normal movement speed. The road would work too, actually. The road would be nice. Let's do road here. And so this just kind of gives them, again, that little bit of extra movement speed around the outside, but they'll have everything else going on the inside. And then we're going to move the gym mats and stuff. We're going to basically move all of the stuff that they use. Gym mats will be on the edges over here so they can have their class out of the mud. The tire apparatus will be in the mud. The workout stuff, I think maybe I'll put it along the wall over here. And we'll have some other stuff for them to work with, but it'll be in the mud. All right, so let me go room quality now. I want to see the mud trigger. And then PA system as well. All right. The idea is, again, I can provide all the stuff for them that they would want to use, but the grade is not high. So like dumbbell racks. I can put this in here, but the grade isn't high because there's also a PA system. So a PA system is not showing up. PA, is that in a utility? Electrical? It is an electrical. All right, so we're going to put the PA system, I think, right in the center. Yeah? Right in the center sounds good. Right next to that lightning rod, sure. All right. So we'll see how the workmen get on that. In the meantime, we still don't have enough cells for these criminally insane. And I think it might be a good idea to start looking at a more permanent solution for that as well as protective custody. And to do that, probably next video is I think probably where we're going to go, because we're making a good amount of money. And if I can get that happening, I can start making this stuff just a little bit better for me. I can maybe take and make this a second yard, and then these guys will have this as a yard area, security in the center, and everything goes back to the original plan, basically. Except this yard will be maxed out 10, and it's only available for minimum security. All right, we're going to start with search. Now, I've been told this too, and I don't know why this seems stupid to me, but there's so many search buttons here, okay? You have search cell blocks, search toilets. So search toilets is supposed to find, with a very high probability but not guaranteed, find the toilet, which is what I did last video, and is what I've been doing every video pretty much this entire series. Search toilets to look for tunnels. But apparently the regular search bar here, this little search button here, apparently that has like a 100% chance to find it. The previous 100% chance was to just dismantle the toilet, which is where I would go. Had I not been told that, that's where I would go. I would just dismantle the toilet, which is probably, and it might even be faster because workmen can do things, and there's more workmen moving around the prison. I can prioritize it, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and also search the cell block here too. Let's get a little bit of a search on that cell block over there while they're sleeping. And we have a lot of toilets to search here and not a lot of guards to do it. It says I got 34 available, but I don't know about that. We have 53 with serious complaints and below 100% morale. It's food. You guys just don't have enough on break, huh? More of you can go on break if you want. Okay. Up to 60% on the guards. I'll let 45 other staff go. There we go. Hopefully that improves your morale a little bit. There are 2 snipers, 2 available. Well, 1 is here. And I don't really need them here, but let's... What's this range thing? Oh, okay. Yeah. So he covers the whole yard easily there. Cool. All right. Excellent. Now, I don't know if is this a suppression range, or is this just the range he can shoot? Because I don't want him putting any suppression here. That's definitely something I don't want to have. I want to see how this affects their programs. So I'm going to be looking through the classrooms while they're taking those courses, and, you know, just like checking them to see whether or not they are having that problem or not. I also have just so many rat problems, man. There's always 45 rats in the prison. I don't even know where they're coming from, man. Look at this place is not that dirty. It's fine. There's a little bit here, like that tiny little bit of dirt, whatever, you know. I got pissed off janitors. I got you guys working on first aid stuff. That's neat. Yeah. But like, it's not that dirty. It's just the outside and stuff, right? And then obviously, yeah, we've got mud in here now. Oh, I have to hook this directly up, don't I? Okay. Well, that's hooked up direct now through there. And then when the daytime comes, we'll see how this looks. It's not, there's not like a lot of contrast here, right? The road is dark, the mud is dark. So I won't see a lot of contrast here, but the idea is like they'll want to stay on the outside, and I can probably move these weight benches. I'll move the weight benches over here. All right, so I've rearranged some things to kind of make more sense. The PA system's hooked up. We got tire apparatus. This has kind of been separated just a little bit here. All the gym mats are along the edge of the mud, and I still had 4 out of 10 here because the mud flooring wasn't over 50%. So I deleted the yard from here, so this isn't yard anymore, and that was all I needed to do. And now that mud floor is over 50%. So there we go. So now we can take and have like a not that great a yard, you know, for quality's sake. But now when I make a better quality yard, it will, again, incentivize them to want to transfer. And that is the hope anyway. So we have one person here, Underwood, who has done some good things. He's in here for a full 28 years. No early release for this guy, but look, only 2% chance to reoffend. Hopefully I don't screw that up. He had 52 when he arrived, so that's great. He's going to be here a while. He's going to help my average, hopefully. He's going through spiritual guidance right now. And, yeah, he's done some good stuff, so we're going to let him transfer. And then if I'm taking a look, these guys want to go to mid. It's much harder to get to minimum, much harder, but it's supposed to be that way. Let's go ahead and approve your transfer. And Underwood is now in a different security sector. Excellent. Okay, so I think I'm going to look at my food distribution a little bit. I don't see anything on the shelves in the pantry. It's got me a little worried. I got ingredients in here, but I'm not seeing a lot brought in here. And I'm starting to wonder whether or not this is actually my own homegrown produce here, or I'm importing it. If I take a look at logistics, I think maybe is how that works. Obviously, this is going that way, but I want to see crop distribution. So they're supposed to go to that pantry, and they are not doing that. So if I manage this, it says I'm using 100% to exports here. So I want to take that down, and it needs to go somewhere else, right? So we want to maybe go to the pantry with some of these things too. So if I was to, right, why is that not working? Hang on. Okay, interesting. So this one won't connect to my kitchen, and it won't connect to the pantry. This one will, and the orchard will, but that one won't. It's very strange. So that's like basically a purely export only kind of thing. It's got to be maybe because it's all wheat, and we can't use the wheat. It could be that. We could swap this for different crops so that we can have more of our own homegrown stuff going in there, right? So instead of that, maybe I go corn. Barley plants. No, I think maybe I go corn for some of this. So I go, I'd like it to be like a whole section. So maybe like right here, we could just grow it, and then the rest of this stays wheat. Or, I mean, we still have like tomatoes and potatoes and things. Like this is still going over here. It's nice. But the idea is, right, I want to have more stuff being my own homegrown ingredients, right? So we're going through this. And right now, we're transitioning our ratio here to be more fresh ingredients. So instead of imported stuff, which is what we've got here, we want our own fresh stuff. And that is going to reduce my costs for providing them with food, while also giving them higher quality meals. So I should see this transitioning more and more over time, but we have to make sure we're growing enough to support it. And that's why I'm kind of trying to do it a little bit more carefully. Speaking of doing this carefully, I want to move this power station up so I can add some more power to it, because these are all max capacitors now, and I got to move this up if I have, you know, if we can do this. So we're going to go on over here. We're going to pause it, switch on this one, switch on this one, and switch off this one. There we go. Power stays on. Seamless transition between the two sources. And now I want to move this up to here. But in order to do that, I unfortunately have to dismantle all of these. Just a real drag, but that's the way it goes. So dismantle objects. It's going to have to be utilities, isn't it? Dismantle utilities. Yep. Dismantle all of these. And we will go ahead and transition. Move the power station up one level. I'm going to leave the sprinklers and all that stuff where it is. Unless it doesn't let me. It's possible that it doesn't let me, but like this sprinkler, this one does have to move. Right? So this one has to move up. But everything else can pretty much stay where it is. It doesn't matter. I just have to make sure that the water is hooked up to it. So there we go. Just make sure that that's happening too. And with that done, no, don't switch on. It's already switched on. Move it to be here instead. It won't let me yet. I have to wait. What's up? Yes, we've received extra supplies. It's fascinating. Move to... It really won't let me move that up, will it? I'm kind of also thinking about maybe putting this indoors, because there's really not a reason to keep it outdoors, right? Like, then I can move this lightning rod because it doesn't have to protect this anymore. Let's just put this indoors. Yeah, let's just do that. This is going to be indoors now. There's really no reason to not have it indoors. I mean, it's a power station, right? You don't want it struck by lightning anyway, but if I put it indoors and it can't be struck by lightning, I can move this lightning rod. And we'll go ahead and place a staff door right here. And we'll get everything moved up. And then we can go ahead and, from there, put additional stuff on this. We can put additional capacitors. And that way we can expand this network, which just means we sell more green energy. All right, so I wasn't really aware of this, but thankfully I figured it out pretty straightforwardly. You actually can't place a power station on top of water pipes. I guess that's the thing. You're allowed to place electrical cable on top of water pipes. Every infrastructure can be on top of water pipes, but you can't actually install a power station on top of them. So fine, I have to move the pipes anyway. Power station's going in here. Be good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and place those max capacitors that we have. We're going to go ahead and reposition those. This time we can go on the low side. We don't have to go near the door. I can place more of them than I had before. And we'll go ahead and connect them up and get the power turned back on for this unit here. So I'll go ahead and add those 3 as well. Here we go. And we're also going to want to add some insulation to these pipes. So we'll go ahead and do that too. And then from there, we can go ahead and make sure that the fire sprinklers are repositioned in here as well. And that'll be it. And we'll be ready to rock and roll and everything will be good. I don't need to connect these pipes because the sprinklers go in there now, so that's fine. And then the power will pass through this power switch. Should be pretty much good to go now, so we should be able to do it now. So let's switch it off. Switch off. And then it's got really quiet all of a sudden, didn't it? Switch on. There we go. Yeah. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, that's a much more healthier level. I like that. And then everything is hooked up exactly the way it was, as long as we don't put a cable in here. Although that does look like it would be exactly the same, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, if we put a cable through here, then it's going to be connected to this grid without the switch. So the switch is the important part here. So yeah, okay. And then what's going on with this water? Oh, okay. You're moved. That's fine. Small pipe here. You're skipping me over there. What's up with that? Small pipe there. Yes, we have room to take more prisoners. I know. So this yard here, I'm thinking we go... this is a common room grade, and I don't really care about that so much. We could put guards in the center. But we already have the snipers, so I don't think that's matter. It'll matter for warmth, though. They'll be able to watch the yard from inside, and that will help them with their warmth needs, so maybe that is an okay thing. I think we'll place the guard tower in the center there, just for them to be able to watch over things from out here. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to put in this yard. As long as it does not raise the grade, it should be fine. All the weight benches are along the wall over on this side. A couple of benches here. It got tire apparatuses. It looks pretty like bleak, you know. There's those two tire apparatuses, whatever. We could put these little tires or so like on the edge of the mud, kind of like marking the territory of the mud. And yeah, is it benches? I guess benches. Could put more benches around, you know, maybe these oak benches, these park benches. Yeah, we could probably do something like that. We could say maybe here and here. They just like seating, you know, that's fine. Maybe we indent it in one, that way we can put it on this side too. So we could put it like here and here, and then indented one in here on this side too. 1 and 2, and then we can just move the tire apparatuses to be more more. Yeah, we could put them right here like this instead, just a little. And then maybe I'll get a third one because I can at that point. And yeah, I'll end up moving this once it's placed, but this is probably fine actually. I'll just put it like right there is fine for now. I'll move it to where it's more equidistant from each other later on. But this is it. This is our yard. There you go. And the guards have a place to hang out there. That's it's going to be warm for them. Get them out of the weather. That's fine. All right, so I've almost got this floor all the way around completed. There's only a couple of tiles left, little bits here. And since this isn't blocked off anymore, I'm just going to open it up, let this be a free roaming area here real quick. And I'm thinking probably what we'll do is have this reclaimed rubber just end right here. And then I want a different flooring that kind of marks where the low security area is. And I realize that this is kind of where that starts. And so now I'm thinking maybe this reclaimed floor can stay, but I don't know, maybe a different... I was going to say like a different color for things, but this is still a hallway. This is the cell block area. So I want a different floor than the cell block. We have metal floor for the other ones. I want something different here. And the cargo floor seems interesting if it's not like a tile. I don't want it to look like little squares. I want it to actually feel like a continuous color for the floor. So we'll go put that in and we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, see, look at like it's actually different tiles, and there's a little differences here and there with it. I don't really like that too much, so I'm thinking we'll change something different here. I don't want this one; those are too expensive. Fast is good. You know, like fast moving speed would be good, but I don't need padded. Although I wonder if it caters to the safety need for these guys too. That's something I actually don't know. You know, maybe the limestone floor will look like a continuous floor. We'll give that a look too. Maybe that'll work. As far as this goes, though, I think maybe we would stop it here, and then it would go. The reclaimed rubber could go this way, like that, and then the marble would take it from here all the way over, like this. So we can go about there with it. And yeah, it's kind of the same situation, right? But it's a little better. I could dig that green flooring in low sec. I could dig that. It's probably fine. Limestone. How much does this cost? $50 a square. Oh my gosh. Maybe it doesn't work then. That is way too expensive. I did not know that. I should have looked. Well, you know, this is the good area. Should be. Only for the walk paths. $1,500. That's not too bad. Only for the walking areas, though, not the cells. We will give these guys a nice limestone floor. We are trying to give them nice things, right? That's been the whole idea here. So when you enter the cell block, yeah, only $1,500. And then he does it again and again and again and again. It ends up adding up very quickly, but there we go. We'll have a nicer floor in the cell blocks for these guys, even though it really doesn't give me anything. It doesn't do anything for me. It's fine. For the staff areas here, we have been doing blue carpeting, but I think we'll do blue carpeting here because that's fine. Got blue carpeting there. I've also got some blue carpeting here, a different carpeting, but it's there. And then in the staff canteen area, though, I'm thinking maybe not. You wouldn't want carpet in a canteen where everybody's eating. So maybe just this checkered floor would be fine. You know, it's a little weird, but we could just do that. We'd have like a checkered floor in this area. Okay, there we go. And it's for where the staff eat. Yeah. And there's this little canteen in here. We can probably just go white tiles in that. Just because, honestly, I probably will end up changing that later because this whole thing is going to get removed at some point, I think. Everything seems okay here. I mean, there's this little section here that's not padded, and maybe that just looks a little funny, but the only reason it's like that is because no prisoners are ever going to really walk there, but it's fine. We'll just go ahead and do that anyway. And that little entrance right there, too. And should I put the psychiatrist's offices to be padded as well? Right? I mean, because they're helping these guys, so why not have them in a padded office too, right? I think that goes pretty well. Can I add anything? It is incredible that we haven't done enough of these yet. One more for the medicine cabinet now. Wow, this is going slow. Every other time I've done Criminally Insane, though, I've intake like 40, 50 of them right away. Because it's like I set up the block and then I just filled it up. This time, the criminally insane are only the people who have converted themselves. I haven't done any intake for them at all. So maybe that's why it's just going slower. There are just simply less of them. Okay, I figured out what I'm going to put in this opening in the yard. I think this is kind of cool. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bench and we're just going to kind of move it over and get it out of the way because... And actually, I think it's actually going to be better if we turn the benches around. Oh, yes. We're going to turn the benches to face the other direction. I think this is definitely the better call. We're going to place a bench here. Also make it face this way, face the inside. And then we'll put another bench here next to the guard post. And that'll face this way too. So let's get these benches moved over. Then what we're going to do, and this might actually raise the grade of the yard because I'm taking mud away from the yard. So we actually might have a better yard after this, but I don't care at this point. I like this. We're going to put a fence here. Okay. It's going to be like, yeah, like right about here, I guess. It's going to go all the way over to about here and then like this and then like this. All right. Now I need to kind of figure out where I'm going to have the door. Let's have the door here. So we'll move it up and it'll go about like that. Okay. Then we're going to have a fence gate, guard gate right here. All right. Let's get that built, guys. Now, why did I move the benches around, right? Well, because I want people to, you know, be able to sit down and observe. Maybe we'll move this bench over here. It's probably... I need it to be a good distance, though, right? Let's move this up one. Yeah, we'll move you up one. And then we'll stick this one right in the center between these two. Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah, put that right there. Okay. Now, here's what we want to do. All right. This is not the yard anymore. All right. Not the yard anymore. Now, the thing about that is, again, I think it's going to raise the grade. So let me just real quick check. Yes, mud flooring is no longer over 50%. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. What we're going to do here instead, okay, is we're going to have the cage. This is for prisoners that are in solitary confinement. The outdoor unit is used for exercise whilst maintaining the prisoner's exclusion from other inmates. It's basically the yard for those who are in solitary confinement. Okay? So if you're in trouble and you're like, hey, I want to go, I want yard type 2, we can put you in the cage. And then everyone who has yard time and the freedom of yard time, they can all look at you. They can all just observe. All right. And actually, I'm going to put this lightning rod right in front of the PA system here. I'll move that over. And I'm thinking, actually, I'll take these benches and make them on this side instead. I'm going to move those two things over, too. So now we have kind of like the yard for the solitary confinement, the cage. And I'm looking forward to people just kind of getting in there. And, like, they can talk to people, but they're trapped in this special cage with nothing. No bench, no nothing. You're just in there, man. I like it. And it's for everybody, too. Even, I guess, low set could technically be put in there, too. I suppose anyone who's in protective custody that acts up could potentially get put in there, too, which would be a bad thing, but also kind of a good thing. I mean, they're separate from the inmates, so they can't be harmed. They're getting brought in there to and from with an escort, with guards, so they're not likely to be harmed. But they get to see all the people who want to kill them right there on the other side of the fence. If that doesn't motivate you to not want to go back to the cage, I don't know what does. So I think that's going to be fine. I've spent a lot of money in this video, but we've got green floors now. And I'm going to go in with limestone, make sure that part's limestone too. Yeah, we got green floors all the way through here now. I think it looks kind of nice. I haven't decided if I'm putting anything here yet. And then there needs to be some kind of walkway, I think, coming through this too on this side. So we'll probably have the reclaimed rubber go all the way to here, I suppose, right? Is where it's supposed to go. But then, like, that's the thing. Like, I was going to put cells here, and then there's just a narrow walkway to get out there for the cleaning cupboard, and which is right here. And we do have prison labor in there. Yes, we do. We have prison labor for the kitchen. We have prison labor for basically everything. Yeah. Yeah. As many people who want to work there, they can. More in laundry. Yep. Load up the laundry for sure. This is all minimum security. Let's make sure everyone knows it. There we go. Yes. All these things are minimum as well. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I've done, I think, quite a bit here. I can't really spend a whole lot more money, I don't think, on decorations. Not right now, but I do want to expand my cell capacity, of course. So why don't we take the quick build tool? We can go over and just, I think, just take this whole thing and put it here. Like that, right? I think we just do that. And it will replace these little segments of the wall, which are already built. It'll just replace the little segments with the doors where needed. And they can get in there through this anyway, but they can also now get in through the staff door to get into this area. We got a flag right here. Oh boy, hang on. Doggy, where's my doggy? Where's the doggy that pinned the flag in the first place? You. Come here. Come on back up here. Want to make sure this isn't just a false flag. Huh? Nothing? No, we're good? Okay, we're good. You can carry on doing what you're doing. This little area here, does this cost me anything to put this outdoor? It's not jungle path. I want the, yeah, this right here. 15 a tile, really? I want it to be like there's grass and then it gets to where there's almost grass and then there's definitely no grass. This is kind of what I was looking for there, but it's fine, whatever. I want to see somebody go in the cage. Also, looking for my informants. Anyone eligible to be an informant, huh? No? Not eligible? None of yous? Don't know what you're about, Brindley. Oh, I was looking at this earlier too, and I can't believe it. I don't know what happened, but whoever it was that was going for general education, they did not pass. We did not have anyone pass. So like I can't click that grant and just complete it in one big go because they didn't freaking pass. I don't know what happened. Maybe they got out. I don't think he was eligible for parole in time, but maybe he's just stopped taking the course. I don't know, but it says there's nobody interested now, and it also says that nobody passed, which is it's awful. It's really awful. I wish that wasn't the case. And then I still have all my staff stuff going on too. Still don't have the prisoner reoffending rate below 30. That is the average for all prisoners in the prison, not released. The released average is what my grade is for success. This one is the one that matters when it comes to like, how do we do? And I need it to be under 10%, right? So that is still very difficult to do. I know it's going to be one of my biggest challenges in this whole challenge run, if you will. And we're currently at 25%. But for this, I need it to be under 30% active people in the prison. And for that, we have currently 39%. So we still have some work to do in getting that down. You are being targeted. You are being targeted. You are being targeted. And I don't know why your reputation... You don't have a reputation, so why are you being targeted? I mean, you should have thought about that, man. Oh, this guy's... He's going pretty far, actually. Nobody's going to stop him. There he goes. Nicely done there. What's your name? Archer. Nicely done, Archer. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. Bang. Good shot. Wow, we got some serious nonsense happening here. I've redone the floors in here as well. We're going to move the prayer mats. And I think we're going to just move them to where they're kind of facing outwards. Yeah, this one. Let's move them to where they're kind of like this instead, I guess. Not really sure it matters. I may take some of them away. I could also just move some of them up right here too. Let's just do that. Because, whoops, not there. Wow, we are getting some serious problems right now. Anyway, there's going to be a wall right here. So this room's getting smaller. And this whole walkway goes back into here. And then we're going to have that next cell block over here too. But I'm actually thinking I'm going across the road before I do this. I wasn't going to do that, but I think I'm going across the road before I go here. Because I'm kind of good with the safety we have right now. Seems like we can kind of maintain the situation right here. Not a whole lot. You know, we don't have guards dying. We don't have prisoners dying all that often. We're all right. Staff morale is, you know, 91%, but we only have one staff died on duty, and that's great. And aside from all the floors and stuff that I've done recently, my budget is great. So if I just stop decorating, then everything will be fine. Let me just kind of get these guys to move all these. I'm not sure which ones will be left over here, but we'll take a look at it. Still receiving extra supplies. All right, so that's good. I'm going to move this prayer mat to be here. Then this one can move over here. And this one can move over here. So they're all just along the wall. Maybe this is too close. I think this is too close to that pew. We'll move this one over here instead. Yeah, okay. And then this can just be a wall that will separate that. And then this ends up being that walkway, like I said, that's going all the way through here. So we'll end up demolishing this wall and opening this up in this area. Go ahead and dismantle that. And then this is no longer the chapel. There we go. All right. That ends up being the new chapel through there. I like it. It's nice. Okay, so I figured out what I wanted to put in this last little area here. And it's not cells. We're going to put one of the last luxury rooms that I haven't placed yet in the prison. We're going to put that here instead. In order to make room for it, though, I need a little bit more space here. So I'm going to go about like this with the foundations. And we're going to extend this out about this far, let's say. I need a little bit more room over here. Because this room needs to be bigger. Or at least it doesn't need to be, but I want it to be bigger. And so we're going to go ahead and get our workmen to do that. And I think to really help this be a thing, let's put a staff door here. We'll make this staff only for now while they build it. Let's open that up a little further. I can open this up actually all the way now, right? Yes, this whole thing can get open. I don't need this staff door anymore either. So let's just dismantle that. We don't need that either. And then we can go ahead and demolish these two walls. This is going to be a whole walkway too. So eventually this doesn't get closed off anyway. But, oh, what's going on over here? Guys, calm down, okay? I'll put you in the cage. God, I really want to put him in the cage. Can I just tell him to go in the cage? You, Wood. Oh, where are you getting taken to? Taken to your cell? No, taken to a cage. You, Rupert. Rupert goes to the cage. Send him to the cage. Well, check this out. Tyson has earned himself a spot in minimum security. He's been working. Graham, 2% to reoffend. Very good chance of completing conflict resolution. And I kind of want him to complete that. Because it's just another tick box right here to make him really less likely to reoffend. But he's already at 2%, and he's earned it already. So if he wants to keep going with conflict resolution, he can. But, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to. Because he's earned his way. So, prisoners, and you are... well, he's currently working, though. I don't want to stop him from working. There we go. Now you can be switched. Yeah, that's right. You got a different door you can go through. Congratulations, Tyson. There you go. Okay, so yeah, again, it's very difficult to get approved for that. But if you earn it, I'm going to give it to you. You don't necessarily have to go through the conflict resolution if you don't want to. All right, so I'm going to let you guys... I think I'm actually going to let you guys go here. You want to know what this is going to be? Come on back for the next video, okay? I'm going to leave you in suspense, a little question mark here. And you can leave it in the comments what you think it's going to be. I mean, there aren't any rooms left. But, you know, it's one that's a little closer to my heart. All right, take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.